Set for another MCCAA East Conference matchup here at Chippewa Valley High School in Macomb County, Michigan. Tom Cavanaugh on the call for your Macomb Monarchs. Coming into tonight's contest at 7-6 overall, 1-2 in conference play, taking on the struggling 0-6 Jackson Jets. Just a few minutes away from first serve. This Macomb team needs to win badly. They just lost to Schoolcraft, trying to get back to 2-2 in conference play. And what a better time to get one right here as they're at home, technically not on campus in Warren at Macomb Community College, but with all of the athletics renovations that are happening on campus. Over here at Chippewa for the home games this season. And as we mentioned, Macomb coming off that 3-1 loss to Schoolcraft, facing a Jackson College team that has not won a set all year long. They are 0-3 in MCCAA East play, losing to Mott, Schoolcraft, and OCC most recently. Macomb hungry, as they were on a 3-game losing streak, snapped that with a win over Henry Ford, and a well-fought battle last week against Schoolcraft, and we found out very quickly that the Ocelots are for real in this conference. A solid 3-0. They're taking on the other 3-0 team in the conference in St. Clair County Community College tonight. Hopefully we'll have updates for you on that one throughout, but we're going to send it down to Chris Snyder in just a moment as we're getting set for first serve, lineups, and national anthem on the way. Macomb, Jackson here from Chippewa Valley High School for an MCCAA East matchup on a Monday night.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's NCCAA volleyball matchup featuring the Jackson College Jets and your Macomb Monarchs. At this time, we ask that you please stand as we honor America and those that defend our freedom with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's teams. First for the visiting Jets of Jackson College. A freshman number 1, Brooke Owen. A freshman number 2, Savannah McGinnis. A freshman number 3, Karma Flagg. A freshman number 4, Carson Fairbanks. A freshman number 5, Ellie Knoll. A freshman number 9, Jessica Sparks. A freshman number 11, Alexis Bennett. And a freshman number 13, Cheyenne Ellsworth. The Jets head coach is Isaac London. Now here are your Macomb Community College Monarchs. A 5'8" sophomore from Warren, Michigan, number 2, Tara Beaker. A 5'8" freshman from Troy, number 4, Terrace Terry. A 5'7" freshman from Flushing, Michigan, number 5, Brooke Baker. A 5'1" sophomore from Hortonville, Michigan, number 6, Sophia Kulaga. A 5'4" sophomore from Richmond, Michigan, number 7, Alexis Kuda. Up by 6 freshman from Chesterfield, Michigan, number 9, Gordon Hunter. Up by the freshman from Sterling Heights, Michigan, number 10, Jessica Banner. Up by 10 sophomore from Shelby Township, sophomore from Utica, number 28, Kaylee Eller. Macomb assistant coach is Erica Kniefer. The Monarchs head coach in her 7th season is Lauren Doobie Rochelle.
As we inch closer to first service, we'll break down these two teams fairly quickly. Macomb finished 4th in the MCCAA East last season at 14-18, 7-5 overall. They're on track at this stage right now to be in that same sort of standing. But on this Jackson side, they finished 2nd last year in the conference. They were 18-9 overall, 8-4 in conference play. A complete 180 this season at 0-6. We mentioned they haven't won a set yet. These were two teams that split last year. Macomb won 3-1. They also lost to the Jets 3-1 as well. But a new head coach in Isaac London, assisted by Jenny Tompkins, both in their first years. And then you look at this Jackson roster, not one single returner. It is a full freshman roster of 10 players. And you look back at last year's team, you had 3 girls over 200 kills, Samantha Wynn, Grayson Hager, and Allie Jarko. All 3 of them, both Wynn and Hager were freshmen, Jarko was a sophomore. None of them are here anymore. So all the production from last season is gone. And looking at this Jackson team, a lot different look than what the dominance was last year. And this Jets team a year ago they could have competed for a conference title, but the Mott Bears, they were too dominant. They only lost 1 game in conference last season. But Macomb able to pick up a win here if they can execute. And this is a business trip. On paper, on the court, the talent is there with the Macomb team and head coach Doogie Rochelle, assisted by Erica Knieper and David Duquette. We're set to go. Macomb in their home whites, ombreing to the navy blue cuffs on the sleeves, and Corin Hutton will get things started with the first service. Jackson a little touch over. Here comes Jordan Flom to get things started. Roll shot to the back. There's a set from Carson Fairbanks. That block is deflected, stays on the Macomb side, and it's Jets 1-0 early on. That was Savannah McGinnis with the kill. Players to watch in tonight's matchup for the Jets. It's going to be Karma Flagg wearing number 3. Number 4, Carson Fairbanks. We just mentioned her name. And number 9, Jessica Sparks. Here comes Flom again. Nice tip to the middle. Looked like she was going to go a full power swing that time. Instead, just grazed it. Set it right between the defense. Liberos on both sides. It's Jessica Sparks for Jackson. On the other end, it's number 7, Alexis Kuna for the Monarchs, as Sophia Kulaga will now serve right to left. Kulaga to that near back corner. Fairbanks the bump set. Brooke Owen out of bounds right in front of Macomb's bench. And that's going to be something that Macomb's going to need to take advantage of today, is communicating on some of those strike errors. As we just saw right there, out of play. Got to make sure they know when it's going to get out. And how about Kulaga with the service ace? Sophia, 23rd service ace of the year. She's 2nd on the team in that stat. Sophomore at 5'1", out of Ortonville, Michigan. Another strong service. Jackson handles. Miscommunication. It looked like Alexis Bennett was going to take it, but she thought Brooke Owen was going for the attack. 4-1, Macomb up early. Kulaga with the jump service. There's Bennett. Another bump set from Fairbanks, getting it over, but blocked, staying on that Jackson side. Well done from Karis Terry, freshman out of Troy. There's a set for Terry, and that's just deep. Did not quite have the height with the angle on that strike. side out here for McGinnis and the Jets. Making that near 2-hour drive from Jackson, Michigan. And scramble for the volleyball as Terry hits it backwards. Kulaga can only go behind the back, try to get it over. Back-to-back points for Jackson makes it 4-3. Second of 6 home matches for Macomb this year. Hutton with a set. That's for Brooke Baker. Tooled out of play. Macomb up 5-3. Baker's 46th kill of the season. Leading the way is Jordan Flom when it comes to attacks. 120 kills on the year. She also leads in service aces with 26 and 30 blocks. Kara Beaker right behind her with 113 kills. There's Alexis Kuna on the service far side. Libero Sparks takes it to the middle. Dug out by Kuna. Now Baker from the attack line rolls it deep out of play. Flat-footed that time, could only hope to get that roll shot to the back corner just a little strong. And that's something that Macomb struggled with against Schoolcraft last Wednesday. A lot of attack errors, not as many service errors, but it led to some easy outs for Schoolcraft. That match ended 3-1. That's shanked off the hands of Brooke Owen. Nice swing from Baker. Jackson in their latest loss. 3-0 sweep to OCC. Lost 25-12, 25-18, and 25-20, so they gradually got better throughout the match. OCC has already beaten Macomb this year, so definitely not a bad program over there in Rochester. Off the hand of number 5, Ellie Knoll. Out of play. Sorry, falls to the middle. That's down. It's now 7-4 with Jordan Flom serving. 7th season for Doogie Rochelle, head coach of Macomb. Trying to get this team to over 500 for the first time in a while. They're currently 7-6. Want to hold that mark as it's a nice swing from Eller. Bump set here for Flag. Easy play on the touch from Flom. Now Brooke Baker. This one's dug out high in the air by Sparks. And off the hand of Sophia Kulaga. Karma Flag, who leads the team in kills, able to get that one by number 6 in white. It's Eller, Hutton, Baker, along with Kuna, Kulaga, and Flom on the court for the Monarchs. Jump service for Alexis Bennett. Here's the set. Eller with the touch to the middle. Unable to get there. Karma Flag. And it's been steady from Macomb. Just a few strikes out of play deep. And you got to give credit to Jackson. They've had a few nice attacks as well. Kara Beaker will now check in for Kulaga. I mentioned Beaker, 113 kills, 18 service aces this season in her sophomore year with Macomb out of Warren. Right there, a second touch, not able to be handled by Carson Fairbanks. That was the libero Sparks at first, and nobody able to attack on that second touch. Baker's jump serve in play. Nearly an overpass. This time it's Corin Hutton. She'll smack it to that near side for a point. 10-5. Macomb doubling up the Jets as head coach Isaac London will take a timeout for his team in maroon. Flom led the way last Wednesday it was, against Schoolcraft. 13 kills total. Only 2 errors for her. Kara Beaker, she had 7 kills as well. And then you also got to give credit to Corin Hutton with 33 assists and 3 service aces. It was a contest where Macomb came out flat, lost the first set 25-13. It looked like the Ocelots were going to run away with it easy. A very gritty set 2 went in Schoolcraft's favor at 25-23. And when you're down 2-0 against a very good team, Jillian Lamati, she was the one for the Ocelots that really showed up. It's very tough to battle back down 2-0 against a very good team. And Macomb won set 3, 25-23 in another battle. But set 4, running out of gas, losing 25-16 here on home court. There's Brooke Baker to serve after the timeout. 10-5 Macomb. Two-hand dump to the middle by Fairbanks. Easily handled by Macomb as Beaker able to roll one in. 2 touches off the hands and chin of Alexis Bennett. It's one place that you're seeing early on struggle for Jackson is their ability to handle those digs. Baker just a little bit short on the service. Gives a point right back to Jackson. Watching pregame, not a ton of strong strikers with the volleyball on that left side. We saw a nice swing from Karma Flag. She's going to be the one to target if you're head coach Isaac London. Eller, she's short. She tried to go for the strong swing, curling around to that far side near the net and the antenna. A couple points back makes it 11-7. Macomb will be back in action on Wednesday against SC4. Skippers will either be 3-1 or 4-0 in conference play, depending on what happens tonight against Schoolcraft. That's a top 1-2 matchup in the conference. Service error just a little bit deep from Jackson makes it 12-7. Now Kaylee Eller to serve. 100 total kills this season for Kaylee, 18 service aces to go along with that. Also with 23 blocks, 25 digs. Fairbanks, back set, got Ellie Knoll a little bit off balance that time, so it's a free ball back to Macomb. Beaker had a nice swing, but it's kept up. Hutton with the set. Terry has that deflected off the hands of Fairbanks, 13-7. Here's Terry, a very solid piece in addition to this team as a freshman at 5'8", fourth on the squad in kills. And she's probably the most outstanding freshman this team has seen. And besides Corin Hutton and Brooke Baker, it's a 3-3 mix here between freshmen and sophomores. Whistle, point Macomb, as it was a two-touch from Jackson. Didn't quite see that myself. Our up judge called that immediately. Back to a 14-7 lead. Macomb will go on the road for their next three after Wednesday's match with the Skippers. Going to play Lake Michigan, Wabanasi, and KVCC. Three teams out of conference. Going to be some great preparation as they hit the home stretch, facing Mott OCC, Henry Ford, and others. Tipped by Macomb after the strike from Sparks. And how about it from Kara Beaker? Goes vertical right down the line on the near side. Nobody there in that back corner to attempt a dig. Kaylee Eller, the service. Here's Knoll to the back. That is out of play. We spoke about it early in set one. Communication on a lot of those errors that you're going to see from the Jackson side. That one not out by much, but someone talking in the ear of Kaylee Eller as she was able to let that go out of play. 16-7 first set. A much different Jackson team than a year ago. Service ace from Kaylee Eller. That just grazes the tape on top of the netting and falls right in the middle. That's a tough play to make. Changes the trajectory and just spikes right near that CV logo here at Chippewa Valley, home of the Big Reds. Bump set going to be taken by Sparks on the roll shot. It's a set for Terry. Tips it over, still playable. Flom the easy dig. Two-hand dump from Corin Hutton. How about it? She's done that a few times this year from my eyes, watching for the first time last week against Schoolcraft. And a few of those nifty plays with the court vision. Her first one here tonight. 18-7 Macomb closing in on a 1-0 set lead. Jackson just keeping that up into play. It's going to be a free ball. Good talk from Eller. Hutton going to set it up for Beaker. Her roll shot is played on by Karma Flag. There's McGinnis. Good rally here as Beaker has her attack tipped by Knoll. Point Monarchs. And the blocks here from Jackson have not been directed back towards where they've come. They've been either going right or left. You just saw Carson Fairbanks there signaling to Knoll to bat that down, angle those hands down towards the ground on that Macomb side. Eller with the service error gives it a side out for Jackson. 19-8 lead for MCC. Sparks very strong. All 6 Monarchs calling out on that one as it reached deep behind that end line.
Serving for the Monarchs, Corin Hutton.
Hutton now to serve. 21 service aces on the year for her. That was a knuckler. That is going to be number 22. Alexis Bennett with a diving dig could not make the play. And a very eyebrow-raising, I guess, season outlook so far for these Jackson Jets, because coming in, felt like they were going to have some edge. Did not know that pretty much the whole team left. Not one returner on this squad of 10 different players, and all freshmen. Macomb, on the other hand, they have a litter of sophomores that has stuck around for this season and have contributed well. You got Jordan Flom, Kara Beeker, Kaylee Eller, Sophia Kulaga, Alexis Kuna as well. 22-8. And a heck of a serve from Corin Hutton. Back, left corner, nobody there. As Alexis Bennett thought that was out as she swung her shoulder open to look. It was in. Could Hutton have a third here? No. It's going to be set up for McGinnis. Nice swing. Kept in the air. Beeker set up for it. Her roll shot dug out. That was a back set for Brooke Owen, just a little deep from Fairbanks. 24-8, and just like that, it's set point. We mentioned Jackson gradually getting better throughout the sets, as we saw on that scoreboard against OCC last week. So they should be getting better throughout tonight's matchup. Currently only 8 points in set 1. Two-hand dump to the middle. There's Kuna with the dig. Back set for Flom. For the set, it's a little bit short off the tape. Jackson lives to see another point.
Serving for the Jets, number 4, Carson Fairbanks.
24-9, Fairbanks with the service. Nearly an overpass. Hutton gets it up. Flom scrambling to get it over. And the swing from Alexis Bennett, way deep near that Macomb bench, and a 25-9 first set final. Monarchs came to play today trying to bounce off that loss. We'll step aside briefly. Set 2 on the other side. Macomb controls early on against Jackson. 25-9, set one final in the favor of the Monarchs here at home. Tom Cavanaugh bringing you all of the MCCAA East action between the Macomb Monarchs and the Jackson Jets. Jackson, as we mentioned earlier, 0-6, entering tonight's contest 0-3 in conference play. Macomb 7-6, 1-2 in the MCCAA East. And they dominated that first set. You saw everybody getting involved, from Corin Hutton to Jordan Flom, Kaylee Eller as well. Kara Beeker had some nice attacks, and Karis Terry. Can't forget about Brooke Baker. She had 2 as well in that first set. And the vibes are flying high right now for the Monarchs. Jackson to start. It'll be Carson Fairbanks to serve right to left as both squads switch sides. Floater towards the middle of the court. Nice job by Kuna as Beeker is blocked. First strong block today from Jackson. Now Beeker gets it back for the roll shot. Nearly an overpass. Instead, it's the two-hand tip. Diving play by Hutton to keep it up. There's Beeker. That is in play. Third time's the charm for Kara Beeker on that point. Macomb starts 1-0. She had that first shot blocked. Looked to be by Alexis Bennett. Heck of a play by the Monarchs to keep it up. Second roll shot from Beeker played on easily and then was able to finish with the attack. Got to give Corin Hutton some credit for that dig. Here's Bennett on the swing. That's tipped. Point Jackson. I think it was off the hands of Flom or Hutton. And that's where Macomb lost some points last Wednesday against Schoolcraft as well, was the partial blocks that stayed on their side and trickled back beyond that back line. They just did not get 2 full hands on it, or 1 full hand on it, frankly, and it led to some deflections, points for the opposition. How about Karis Terry there? Point goes to Jackson on the net violation. (2-1) Macomb, make it 2-2. Service ace. Cheyenne Ellsworth gets that right over the tape as it trickles over and falls. Ellsworth, strong swing now. Nice play by Baker to keep that in. Now Beeker, cross court attack. There's a bump to the middle. Kuna scrambles over to get it. Set up for Jordan Flom. Now Jackson's got to scramble for it. Alexis Bennett, she gets it over with a 2-hand touch over her head. Beeker swung on and a kill, blocked into the net by Brooke Owen. I want to give everybody an update. Macomb basketball just around the corner, starting early November. Men's squad, Christopher Burns, head coach of that team, back-to-back MCAA East champions, made a deep run in the national tournament last year. They're going to be going November 4th. They'll take on Vincennes University out in Indiana. That point goes to Jackson to make it 3-3. In a similar situation as this volleyball squad here playing at Chippewa Valley, Macomb's men's basketball and women's basketball teams will both be playing at the Mathai Center at Wayne State University in Detroit. There's Kuna, 2-hand set. Baker's able to get it over, and now Bennett with a roll shot. Hutton gets there. Flom can't get it over on the third touch. Hit it straight up in the air. No spin on it to roll it over. That first home game for the Monarchs men's basketball team, January 21st. So they're going to go, a full 2 months on the road before they get home. Same thing with the women's side as well. January 21st will be their first contest. That's against SC4 as well. 4-3 Jackson. Here's a set at the net for Flom. She rolls it in. Diving play from Ellsworth to keep it up. Set up for Flom once more. A powerful attack is dug out and kept in play. Well done from Jessica Sparks, the libero. Good rally from Jackson after another strong swing. Brooke Baker, she's blocked at the net. Point Jackson, 5-3. I don't know how Sparks kept that in play. That's a heck of a swing from Jordan Flom. A lot of velocity behind that is a service. Ace finds fair play. Brooke Baker on that far corner thought that was out. I think the entire Macomb team on the court thought the same thing. A couple of fabulous plays from Jessica Sparks of the Jackson Jets. At time, just a little bit short on a strong serve. That thing with some zip just did not have the height. Macomb down early 6-4 after taking set 1, 25-9. Alexis Kuna now. Libero wearing that navy blue. High in the air for flag. Hutton nearly tipped it over and instead gave it to Eller. A chance for Jackson. Tipped at the net on the block from Flom. Here's the set for Kaylee Eller. Dug out again from Sparks. Flom's attack. Sparks cannot keep that one high enough. Bennett diving for it, unable to get to the volleyball. 6-5, Macomb crawling back. .466 total kills for Macomb coming into this one. Just 212 errors. They're averaging 9.3 kills per set. Several different options here that do have strong attack ability, whether it's from Beaker, Eller, Flom, Terry, or Baker. Jump service from Kuna. This one's set up now for number 5, Ellie Knoll. The overpass gives it right back to Jackson. Now a Macomb set for Flom that is shanked out of play right near the scores table off the hand of Fairbanks. Knotted up at 6 apiece here in set 2. Macomb leads 1-0. Kuna goes cross court that time, not in play. Gets a piece of that block, Big Reds in the color red on the near sideline. Can make out the white lines that make up our court, but when you play on a multi-sport surface like this, a lot of different lines that come into play, whether it's basketball or volleyball here. That service too strong from Bennett, makes it 7-7.
Serving for the Monarchs, number 11, Jordan Flom.
Jordan Flom to serve. Back line, tough play for Sparks. She could not dig that out. Another service ace for Flom as she leads the team. (8-7). Fairbanks with the two-hand dump, diving dig from Kuna. Now Baker with the roll shot to the middle. Bennett is there. Nobody's there for the second touch. Bennett looked at Flag. Flag looked back at Sparks. That's the third time we've seen those miscommunications lead to points for Macomb. Two-point lead, make it 3. Jordan Flom with a dying service right in front of Bennett. 10-7. And a timeout from Jackson. After being up 6-4, it's a 6-1 run for head coach Doogie Rochelle and her squad. We'll step aside briefly. Be back in 60 seconds as we're early in set 2. Macomb leads 1-0. Jordan Flom keeps the service for the 4th straight time. 10-7 MCC. Set 2. Fairbanks, the cross court, set and blocked. Kaylee Eller, assisted by Corin Hutton, sent right back where it came from. Flom to the middle this time in the back. Two-hand dump from Fairbanks. Looked more of a free ball. Now Baker, strong swing to the back corner. And there's Kulaga to take it off of Flag's touch. Good rally as Flag once again. Diving play from Kulaga to keep it up. Now Baker. Jackson scrambles. Flag with the roll shot again. Flom over to Hutton. That's out of play off of Bennett. Quick hands from Jordan Flom. Jackson sent that one down quick. She just had to turn her hands over like a chest pass. Pop it up, and Hutton did the rest. Now a 12-7 lead. Another service from Flom. Diving is Sparks to keep that in the air and playable. Set up for Brooke Baker. That's tooled out of play off of Fairbanks. It's been very organized volleyball on the Macomb side. We've only seen a few times where Kuna, Hutton, Kulaga, and others have had to scramble to dig it out and try to make a play to get it over. Nearly an overpass. There's Kuna. This is an overpass. And Eller, where nobody's at, splits the defense. Heck of a swing from Eller, right between Sparks and Bennett. Here's a Jackson set for Flag. Batted down, but going to be a point for Jackson.
Now in for Jackson, number 2, Savannah McGinnis. Back to serve.
Shared our PA man, Chris Snyder. Savannah McGinnis will check in. Her and Brooke Owen were the 2 on the bench, and now it's Cheyenne Ellsworth who takes a seat. Point for Karma Flag, and the Jets mishandled by Eller. It was a nifty service to the front line. Most of the time you see him deeper towards the back 3. But when you can get it to that front, a little bit caught off guard at times, can lead to an easy point. 14-9 Macomb controls. Roll shot from Eller. And now McGinnis will find a kill as that's tooled off the hands of Hutton. Jackson definitely showing improvement. We mentioned they scored more points in each set in their sweep loss to OCC. Was 12, then 18, then 20. They scored 10 in set 1 earlier tonight, and they now have 11. Kulaga can't handle that service. And a timeout from Macomb, 14-11. Jackson Jets definitely showing some fight. It's a team that, it's early in the year, you know, with an all-freshman squad, all new to this school, to this program. The growing pains will be there. Early in the season, they played some of the top dogs in the conference. Mott, always a tough squad, even though they're sitting at 10-8 on the year. Schoolcraft, we have quickly found out they're one of the best in the East. And OCC, not a bad team at all, as they defeated Macomb 3-2 earlier this year, back on the 15th. Monarchs have exactly 1 month left of play. Regular season ends October 29th against the Mott Bears, and then November 1st will be MCCAA championship play. The top 4 teams out of 7 will make that playoff series, or that tournament, I should say. Whistle in, Karma Flag now to serve. Kulaga just gets a hand on it after a couple of out calls. Nice play, that was in. And Kaylee Eller sends it right down into the hands of Flag. She could not handle it. Well done from Sophia Kulaga right there. Heard a few shouts of out. She had the wherewithal to know that was staying in play. And now Brooke Baker will serve on the side out. 15-11. is your score. Baker floats one near side. Sparks to Fairbanks. Now McGinnis cross court. Played out by Beaker. She'll get the strike now. Rolls it to the middle. McGinnis. She'll find it. No, she won't. Eller to the middle. How about Corin Hutton? She was underneath the net completely. Was able to keep that up. Eller finds the middle. I spoke too soon. I thought McGinnis with that touch, kind of a palm ball, shifting it to Flom. Did not get a great touch on it, did Jordan. But Corin Hutton, she's proving to be a huge asset as a freshman for this team, and Baker finds a service ace. 17-11 closing in on the end of set 2. It'll be Baker's turn one more time. Serving left to right. Here's the jump. Scrambling for it, Fairbanks to keep it in. Now a high roll shot. Set by Hutton. And Eller, once again, she has been loving that cross-court spot between two defenders. Has done it 3 times now today. You get that momentum. When you start in the middle position, Hutton's able to put that back set up. You curl behind her with a lot of momentum going forward and strike. 18-11. From way behind the attack line was Alexis Bennett, way too deep. Those are some of the toughest shots in volleyball, are those not just from the attack line, but much far beyond it. Maybe probably 20 feet behind the net right there. Tough to get a lot of topspin, not enough speed. Keep that in play. Shanked out of play by Alexis Bennett, 20-11. This score was 6-4, and it's a 16-5 run for the Monarchs. Wow. Skied high in the air by Bennett. It's going to be another scramble for Jackson to get it over. They do. Hutton goes for that back corner. It was the second touch from her. She looked to set as she had both 2 hands underneath it, and at the last moment swung that left arm.
Serving for the Jets, number 5, Ellie Knoll.
Hey, you're up by 9. Late in set 2, why not try it? And that service pounded right into the netting. Ellie Knoll. Karis Terry will take over for Alexis Kuna. No libero out on the court now for Macomb as Kaylee Eller will take the side-out service. 21-12, 4 more points to lock up a 2-0 set lead. A contest that Macomb should be handling business in and are currently. Brooke Owen skies it over on the free ball. Here's a set for Terry. She's blocked. Out of play off the hands of Owen. Well done from Jackson to bat that back. Just the wrong angle, shanked that out of play. Service has been stout today for Macomb, all across the board. Here's McGinnis. Gets it over to Beaker with the dig. Now it's back to Kara. Tipped at the net. Down on the Jackson side. Another kill for Kara Beaker, 23-12. Just splitting the hands of Carson Fairbanks on that far side near the net. Remember, only 8 players for Macomb. As Eller leaves it just short. She tried to float one in there short on the Jackson side. Didn't miss by much, and she'll take a seat as Alexis Kuna checks back in. 23-13. It was tight early in this set. Macomb running away with it now. That service from Fairbanks kept up in the air. Here goes Beaker on the swing, blocked. Terry. She tries her best as it hit the middle of the net, popped up. It was sent the wrong way, but nothing you can really do there if you're Terry. It's up against the net. You got to send that back and kind of blindly. Fairbanks to the near side. Kuna with the first touch. Set up for Flom behind the attack line. This one's high in the air, nearly into the rafters. McGinnis gets a second hand on it. It's a free ball for Macomb. Set for Terry. Spikes it straight down. Number 4 in white with a huge swing. And it's set point once again, 24-14.
Serving for the Monarchs, number 9, Corin Hutton.
Here comes Corin Hutton. Flag, first touch. Gonna get it over as Owen. Another free ball. Set up. Flom to finish. She does. Jordan Flom puts the finishing touches on set 2, and Macomb cruising 25-14. A massive 2-set lead. We'll step aside briefly. Macomb 25-9 in set 1, 25-14 in set 2. They're looking to go for the sweep and improve to 8-6 overall and 2-2 in conference play. You're watching Macomb Community College Volleyball. Tonight's Macomb Monarchs broadcast is brought to you by First State Bank. Bank with people who live where you live. FSB offers local decisions, personal service, and deep roots in the Southeast Michigan communities we serve. That's First State Bank. 25-9, 25-14. Jackson gradually getting better, as we mentioned they would throughout tonight's contest, but it's not enough right now for the talent of the Macomb Monarchs. And we mentioned it's a business trip for head coach Doogie Rochelle and her squad. Got to get the wins where you can get them in a very tough conference. You got 3 or 4 teams that all could win this year in the MCCAA East. It was not like that last season. Corin Hutton starts it off with a service error. Jackson, for the second time in 3 sets, will start up 1-0.
Serving for the Jets, number 4, Carson Fairbanks.
It was the Bears last year of Mott out in Flint. They were far and away the best team. And Jackson, who did have a good year, we mentioned 18-9 overall, finished second. That was a year they just didn't have much of a chance even in second place. This year, Macomb, OCC, SC4, even the Bears and Schoolcraft, they will all have a great chance to win this conference. 1-1's your score as a failed attack falls short for the Jets. Now here's Sophia Kulaga. Strong service, a little bit short. Back-to-back service errors from Macomb has them down a point early on.
Serving for the Jets, number 2, Savannah McGinnis.
Savannah McGinnis, she'll get that one over. Corn Hunting got to get to it. She does. Baker's strike deflected, still in the air. A third touch here from Karma Flag. Another blocked shot, just barely. Now Terry's got to get it over from Macomb. Set up Flag, partially tipped. How about Kuna to keep that up? Baker, roll shot. The back set. And Bennett, short on the attack. One thing that has led to several Macomb points and back-to-back wide margin set victories is when Jackson does get on that roll there and they have a few good strikes, Macomb's kept the ball in play. The digs have been impressive, and you just kind of wait it out until some sort of an attack error does happen on that Jets side as Flom goes deep. That's set a little bit closer to her body, had to contort a little bit, leaning backwards. Just too strong. We've seen a few long rallies, but most of the time, Macomb has been able to stave them off in the first couple of returns to earn points. 3-2 high set for Eller. Another cross-court kill from number 22.
Serving for the Monarchs, number 11.
Eller at 5'11", the sophomore, able to get head and shoulders above the net and get a good angle, good plane of that volleyball to head straight towards the court. Fairbanks got to keep that in. She will, and Bennett once again comes up short directly into that black netting. 4-3 Macomb, and Jordan Flom will now take over service. A team led by Flom, Beaker, Eller. They've shown it here tonight, all three of them playing big parts. And a block from both Baker and Eller. The swing from Ellie Knoll is for naught. And Flom did not get all of that service right into the net. That's 3 service errors early in set 3 for Macomb. Something they have struggled with this year, and it's killed a couple of rallies that they've had in the past, specifically that Wednesday match against Schoolcraft. They'd string together 3, 4, 5 points, and a service error would side out to the Ocelots. And you see how it factors right there as Alexis Bennett's able to pick up a service ace. 5-5 tie. She can't do it again. Bennett a little bit short. It's the third time she's connected with the front of the net.
Now into the Monarchs, number 2, Kara Beaker. Back to serve, number 5, Brooke Baker.
Brooke Baker to serve. Way behind that back line. Runs up and delivers a nice one deep and jousted at the net in favor of the Monarchs. Both Fairbanks and Knoll not able to get much on it. That was all Hutton and Eller. It's a two-hand set to the middle on the second touch from Fairbanks. Now Beaker on the other end. Blocked by Fairbanks, but on the Jackson side. 8-5. Another good swing from number 2. Baker once more up by 3. Nearly an overpass. It's going to be a free ball from Macomb. Point, Monarchs on a 2-touch. So if Macomb's able to handle business, they'll improve to 8-6. 2-2 in conference, right in the middle of the pack. Long set is blocked after Flag went for the attack. She'll try again. It's Flom. Now Hutton tips it over. Scramble for it. Now Kuna with the dig on Macomb's side. Flom from the attack line, out of play. Talked in the first set how that's such a tough shot from right around that 10-foot line. because you really got to elevate, or you have to take something off it, and it's got to be more of a roll shot than a strong attack. High first touch, Hutton sets it up for Beaker. She'll roll one in between two defenders. Hesitant to go for that one was Sparks. Had a chance at a diving dig. It's now 10-6. Fairbanks the back set. Too strong from Ellie Knoll. And when things are tight early on, we saw the couple of service errors from MCC. It was 6-4 early in set one. Macomb was down. It was tied up at 6 apiece. And Macomb, they'll string together 5-6 straight, as they've just had to do. 11-6 the lead now. Eller served to the middle. Dug out by Bennett. Awkward set there. Knoll not able to give that her full power. And Karis Terry. Sparks returns with a diving dig. Eller kept that in play. That was going out. Now Beaker tips it over. Nobody there for number 4. Carson Fairbanks sends it to the middle, and Eller just a little too far back from diving and digging that out. She holding that left wrist. I'm wincing in pain. Oh no, I think it was the left knee. Here's a set for Beaker. Brooke Owen, way deep on that attack. Just did not have the elevation that time. So tough to be a good striker of the volleyball when you do not elevate above the net. Floating serve to the middle. Set up for Owen again. Batted down by Flom. Jackson gets another try at it. Near the net, Hutton tips it, and a point for Jackson as Corin came in contact with that net. 12-7 the score.
Serving for Jackson, number 4, Carson Fairbanks.
Fairbanks floats one back, far side. Cross-court set for Flom. She rolls one in. One thing that makes Jordan Flom one of the best players on this team is her ability to manipulate her shot while midair. Because if you're on the defensive side here and you see her high in the air gearing up for a strong swing, and she takes 70% off that and rolls it to the middle, it's a really tough adjustment. Now Karis Terry tips one in. No jet was in the middle of the defense there. It just falls between all 6 of them. 14-8. Sophia Kulaga with a 6-point lead serves. Little backspin that time. The overpass back to Baker, still in the air, played by Jackson. Hutton to her knees with the dig. Kuna the bump set. Another overpass. Baker got a hand on it, did not come in contact with the net. Nice job. Free ball. Diving play from Kulaga, still in the air. Flom. Jackson somehow keeps it alive. Bennett into the net. What a point from Sophia Kulaga and the Monarchs. That's one of those digs where usually you see either the 2 hands or the 1-hand fist. When it's so far out of your reach, Kulaga has to completely flatten her hand out, hope that it hits the back of the knuckles and pops up. That's exactly what happened. Dug out by Hutton, high in the air. This one set up for Baker. 15-8 the score here in set 3. Macomb leads 2-0. Out of play from Savannah McGinnis. That's set a little bit deep towards her back right shoulder. Led to the error out of play. Now Macomb doubling them up by 8. Kulaga, a little bit of a service streak here. First touch from Bennett. Flag, got to find somebody. It's just a free ball over Macomb. Got to take advantage here as Hutton sets. Karis Terry to the middle. McGinnis, she's blocked. Pinballs around, and Flom assisted by Terry. 17-8. Macomb 8 points away from their most dominant victory of the season. Their only win in conference is to Henry Ford. They've lost to both OCC and Schoolcraft. Now Alexis Bennett rolls one in. Diving play from Baker to keep it up. Flom's return is good. Karma Flagg gave it all she had. Unable to dig it out, but both Eller, well, all three, Eller, Baker, and Flom, all with very strong attacks when they're set up right. And Corin Hutton doing a really nice job this year. It was Paige Elliott last season, the sophomore, who was the main setter. Hutton has filled in beautifully. Flagg shanks that service out of play, and Macomb can smell it. 19-8. Kulaga, that is in play. Line judge on the near side sees that hit the white line. Well done from Sophia Kulaga. Mentioned she was second on the team. In service aces, she's had a few today. Came into the contest with 22. Also 149 digs. She's definitely eclipsed 150. McGinnis just got to keep that in play. She comes in contact with the netting and antenna. Point Monarchs, it's 20-8. Oh, I'm sorry, 21-8. Kulaga. That one's off the hands of Sparks. And Brooke Owen blocked. Flom's having a game on both ends, defensively and striking the volleyball. Jackson very close to falling to 0-7 on the season without having won a set. They would be 0-4 in Eastern Conference play of the MCCAA. Hutton sets it up on the backside for Flom. That's in! My goodness. The velocity on that volleyball and the precision to put it right on that line. 23-8, 2 points away. Kulaga's been serving for more than a cup of coffee. Making another ace for Kulaga, the sophomore. One more point, and this thing is over. Match point at 24-8 here in set 3. They took set 1 24-9, then 25-9, 25-14, and they're on the precipice of win number 8 of the year. Bump set up. Owen blocked. Bennett scrambling for it. Hero play from Sparks to keep that up. Now Baker for the win. Instead, it's dug out. McGinnis gets it over. Diving dig from Kulaga. Can Baker finish? Still in the air. What a rally. Miscommunication from Jackson. They get it over. It was Bennett on the return. Baker's blocked. Still in the air on the Macomb side. Set. Flom. Finish. 25-8 in set 3, and Macomb cleans up here at home. A 3-set sweep finishes things in 58 minutes. Got a start time of 7:05. My goodness. MCC handling business. A big win for head coach Doogie Rochelle and her squad. 8-6 now on the year. 2-2 in conference play. Highlight players, you could probably name the entire darn team, but Jordan Flom was sensational. She had several blocks up near the net. Her ability to attack and kill was even better. Kaylee Eller was finding cross-court kills all day long, splitting defenders. Karis Terry, Corin Hutton. She was fabulous, both on defense with the digs and also setting up all of those attackers. And you got to give Sophia Kulaga a lot of credit as well. She had some highlight plays, some diving digs as we saw on that final point right there, and a complete team win for these Monarchs. They moved to 2-2 in conference. They will take on SC4. The Skippers come to town here at Chip Valley on Wednesday. My good buddy Noah Drury will be on the call for that one, taking you through a very competitive match. Now SC4, as we mentioned, taking on Schoolcraft tonight. Do not have score updates for you on that one, but we will on Wednesday. You can go check it out later today on either squad's athletics website. But Macomb will either be playing a 4-0 undefeated SC4 squad or a hungry one that comes off a loss to the Ocelots They'd be 3-1 if they lost tonight. That's going to do it for us here at Chippewa Valley High School in Macomb, Michigan. Tom Cavanaugh saying so long. Want to give a big thank you to everybody tonight. Wednesday, 7 p.m. against SC4. One more time, your final score from tonight's matchup, a 3-set sweep, a complete match for Macomb. They played very well. 25-9, 25-14, and 25-8. You've been watching Macomb Community College Volleyball. We'll see you on Wednesday against the Skippers. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.